As we breathe, maybe take a moment, set an intention for our practice, whatever that might be. Think about what you might want to set your intention for. Just set it for a moment, locking it in. Then go ahead, continue to focus on that breath. Think about bringing energy in with each breath as we exhale, exhaling any tension we're feeling out. You're welcome to keep the eyes closed or you can open them. Let's go ahead and start by pulling one knee into the chest. We can grab behind the leg or above on the shin. And we're welcome to kind of roll that hip in its socket, noticing how it's feeling. Gently hold, slowly switching, pulling that other leg in. Again, we can roll in that socket. And just hold. And then slowly bring both knees in towards our chest, relaxing through the shoulders. And if we want to rock back and forth or side to side, please feel free to do that. Slowly setting the feet at the edges of our mat. We'll bring our arms out wide at our shoulders. Taking a breath in, drop our knees towards the right side, lifting the hip. Do a little windshield wiper motion here. Inhale, rise the knees up, and exhale, drop to the other side. Inhale, lifting those knees up, and exhale, dropping to the opposite side. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, switching to the other side one last time. Inhale, lifting up. Let's go ahead, take both feet in the air and both hands in the air. So we're going to drop our right foot down and our left arm overhead. Kind of like a spinal balance, we're just doing it on our back. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, extending the other arm and other leg. Inhale, lift. Right foot, left arm. Inhaling as we lift. Exhaling, extending long. Inhaling, lift. One more time on each side. Exhale, extend long. Inhale, lifting both up. Exhale, extending long. Inhale, lifting up. Slowly pull the arms down. Slowly drop the feet to the mat. Walk the feet close to the hips. We're going to go into bridging. So walk the feet in. Hands beside us. Turn those palms up. Take a breath in. And then as we exhale, tucking our tailbone, lifting up into bridge. Inhale at the top. Exhaling, slowly lower down. Doing that a few times. Inhaling at the bottom. As we exhale, press into the heels, activate the back side of our body. And as we exhale, releasing down. Doing that a couple more times. Inhale, lifting up into bridge, all the weight in the shoulders. And as we exhale, lower down. One more time, lifting up. And exhaling, lower down. Hug those knees into that chest again, releasing through that low back. Slowly drop the feet down. We're going to drop our knees both to the same side so we can roll to our side, press into an upright position. We're going to come to all fours. Hands come underneath our shoulders. So wrists, shoulders, elbows in one line. Knees under hips. Take a breath here. As we exhale, round that back up into cow. As we inhale, slowly release into cow. Lift the chin, tuck the tailbone. Exhale, arching up into cat. Inhale, release into cat. Keep moving like this with our own breath at our own pace. Noticing how we're feeling in that spine. Do we have any tight spots today? Giving me one more cat and one more cow here. returning to a neutral spine, finding that nice neutral spine, going into spinal balance on all fours. So take our right foot back behind us like we're pushing against the wall. Left hand forward, thumb up. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, let's pull to the center. Now, if we feel like we're losing any balance, always welcome to tap the toe down. If we want, we can just do one arm, the arm or the leg, don't have to do both. Inhale, lengthening, exhaling to the center, inhaling, exhaling to center, inhaling, reaching, exhaling to center. One more time, inhale, lift, exhale, returning to all fours. Switching sides, inhale, reaching long. Exhale, pull the elbow and knee to the center as we round. Inhale, lengthening, pulling towards the center. Again, we can always just use the leg or the arm. We're feeling off balance today. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale to the center. One more time, inhale, reach. And as we exhale, come back to center. Finding our child's pose, feet together, knees apart. Sitting back over those heels, hands reach forward, dropping the forehead to the mat. Now, if we have any knee issues, we're welcome to lift higher. If we need to pad the knees, please feel free to add a towel or some extra padding under our knees. Inhale, lift up. Let's walk to the right edge of the mat. And exhale, sit back into the left hip. Stretching down the left side of our body. Breathing as we hold. Inhale, lifting up, walk across that mat to the other side and sit back into that right hip. Stretching down the right side of our body. Breathing as we hold. Inhale, lifting back to center and finding our child's pose in the center. Inhale, lifting up. We're going to shift forward, walk those knees in, kneeling plank. Shoulders, wrists, elbows in one line. Exhaling back over those heels. Inhale, shift forward. Shoulders, wrists, elbows, drop the hips. Exhale back towards a child's pose. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale back. Notice our spine. Our shoulder blades are sliding down the spine as we come forward, and they're sliding up the spine as we press back. One more. This time we're coming forward, we're gonna hold. Let's take our toes, bend them over, push our chest forward so we can bend the elbows like a chaturanga or crocodile. Drop the hips down. Feet are about hip width apart, hands next to our shoulders. Little weight, very little weight in those hands. We're gonna go to baby cobra. Inhale, lifting the head and chest forward and up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, release. Inhaling. Using all those muscles on our back side of our body, the posterior chain. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, releasing. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more time, inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Pressing back into child's pose. We're going to kind of put those together and do our half sun salutation, the half that's on the floor in a kneeling position. Inhale, lifting up. Shifting forward to that kneeling plank. Push the chest forward so that your elbow or shoulders are in front of the elbows. Bend into crocodile. Drop the hips down. Inhale, lift, baby cobra. Release down, exhale back to a child's pose. Let's do that again. Inhale, shifting forward, kneeling plank. Push the chest forward, shoulders over the fingertips. Bend the elbows, crocodile. Hips down, inhale, baby cobra. Exhale back to a child's pose. It's the bottom half of a sun salutation, holding in child's pose. Inhale, lifting up. We're going to come to a kneeling plank. So bringing right foot forward. Now, if you have yoga blocks at home, please feel free to bring them close to the feet. If you need something to bring the hands closer to our bodies, the floor is too far away, grab books or anything like that, folded up towels, pillows. We're sinking into that back hip. Front knee is in line with our ankle. Breathing. Now we're going to take our right arm, inhale, lifting up. We can lift straight towards the ceiling, looking at the hand, or we can take it behind our back. Listen to our shoulders. Twisting, opening the chest. Exhale, sink into that hip. Really think about inhale, twisting, opening the chest. As we exhale, releasing down. We're going to walk back. If you have those yoga blocks, they can walk with you. Pull the toes towards the nose. Holding here, hands to ground or fingertips towards the ground. You can also use those yoga blocks. Feeling the stretch up the back of that leg from the heel all the way up. Slowly walking back forward, bending our knees. We're back in that kneeling lunge. Slowly release, pulling that leg back. Switching sides, left leg comes forward. Again, using yoga blocks or hands to ground. Front knee in line with that ankle. Back hip sinking into the hip. Making sure we're sinking forward to release that hip flexor. We don't want to be straight up and down. We want to release the hip flexor. We've got to shift forward slightly. We're going to take that left arm in the air. Lunge twist, kneeling lunge twist. We're protecting our shoulder, hand goes to that low back. Inhale, twisting the chest, opening that chest. Exhale, sinking into the hip. Inhaling. As we exhale, releasing towards the ground. Slowly, we're going to shift our hips over our heel. Walking back, take yoga blocks if we have them. Hands towards ground or yoga blocks. Pull the toes towards the nose. Feeling our stretch from the heel of the back of that leg. And breathe. And notice which leg was tighter today. Slowly walking back forward. Finding that kneeling lunge again. Slowly pulling that left foot back. Going into a child's pose. Hands on the mat, sitting back over those heels. Getting ready for down dog. Turning our toes underneath us. Lifting our tailbone towards the sky, finding that inverted V. Softening our knees as much as needed. Press through those shoulders. Downward facing dog. Your head falls between those biceps. Bend one knee, press one heel down, stretch up the back of that leg. Inhale, lift, exhale, switching. Inhale, lift, exhale, drop that heel down. Switch one more time, pressing the heel towards the mat. And then finding that downward facing dog as we hold. Softening our knees if our hamstrings are tight. Inhaling. As we exhale, start to walk the feet to the hands or the hands towards the feet. Coming into forward fold, softening our knees as much as needed. If you need that yoga block, place it under those hands. Softening our knees, reverse swan dive. Reverse swan dive all the way up, hands overhead. And exhale, coming back into mountain pose. Let's check our feet. Feet underneath those hips. We're going to find that mountain pose. Lift the toes up. Pressing the all four corners of our feet. Setting our toes down softly. And let's lift from there. Lift the kneecaps up towards the hips. Shoulders away from the ears. Palms can come forward. Breathing. Welcome to close the eyes for a couple breaths.
Check in with our bodies here. Now that we're in an upright position, how are we feeling today? And as we breathe, think about that intention we set when we were on the ground. Add some arm movement. Inhale, arms sweep up towards the ceiling, and exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, lifting those arms up, lengthen through the spine, exhaling through heart center. Inhale, lifting, exhaling through heart center. Inhale, lifting, exhale. Hold the hands at heart center. Practicing chair pose, inhaling. As we exhale, sit back into chair, weight back in the heels. Inhale, lifting up, side view. Exhale, knees behind the toes, pushing the tailbone back. Inhale, lift. Hands can stay at heart center as we move up and down with our breath. We're welcome to change the arms if we would like. We can inhale, lengthening our body. Exhale, reaching those arms forward. Or inhale, lifting up. Exhaling back to heart center. So really move with our breath through chair pose. Warming up those legs, generating heat in our bodies. Finishing this chair pose here. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, release the arms by our sides. Good. Inhale, right arm, lengthen through the side. And think about the left arm pushing down. So lengthen up and down at the same time. Inhale, release, switching sides. Left arm goes up, right arm goes down. Inhale, lift and lengthen at the same time, creating that dynamic tension in our bodies. Inhale, lift one more time, right side. Lift and lengthen. And then switch it one more time. Inhale, reaching up. Left arm up, right arm down. And releasing both arms by our side. Let's go to chest expansion. We can choose to rest our hands on our hips or clasp our hands together. If our hands are clasped, thumbs are at our tailbone. If our hands are on our hips, elbows are pulled back. So we're going to really think about opening the shoulders here. So think about pulling the shoulders back as much as we can. And then lengthen through the spine, maybe engage the glutes. And think about lifting the chest and heart center up. Opening across our collarbones. Opening the heart center. The eye gaze can go towards where the ceiling and the wall meet, or they can go a little higher. Breathing. Listening to our shoulders, honoring what our shoulders are feeling today. On our next exhale, slowly releasing those hands beside us. Great job. Go inhale, lift up, arms go up. Exhale, hands to heart center, find chair. We're going to add a little twist. We're going to take our right hand towards our hip, and we're just going to twist. The right shoulders back, open, open. Check that the knees are staying close together. We don't want to slide super far forward. We're welcome to bring our hand down to the outside of that thigh. We can stay here, or we can choose to take the arm in the air. Again, listening to our shoulders today. Sink down into the hips. So this is a twisting chair pose. Breathe. Inhale. As we exhale, untwisting back to center. So bring the hands towards heart center. Inhale, lifting up, extended mountain pose. Exhaling, hands back to chair, starting at chair. Taking our left hand on that hip. Think about rolling the shoulder back, little twist, little twist, little twist. Check the knees, sink a little more in the hip. Hand can come to the outside of that thigh. And breathe. You can look straight ahead, straight down, or up in the over the shoulder. Listening to our neck and shoulder. Inhaling. As we exhale, untwisting hands back to heart center. Inhale, lifting up. Exhaling, arms beside us. So we're going to do the other half of that sun salutation here at the top. So we're going to inhale, lift up, arms overhead. Swan dive, arms go wide. Tip from the hip, hands support, or thigh supports on the legs before the hands come to the ground. Inhale, lift halfway up, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Soften our knees a whole lot. Reverse swan dive up. Exhaling, find chair. Choose where you want those hands. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhaling, forward fold. Reverse swan dive. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling to chair. Choose where we want our arms. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Hold here. Softening knees as much as needed. Chest towards the thigh. Lifting the tailbone up. Hands are planted on the ground firmly. Stepping back into down dog. We're going to shift forward into a plank from here. So shifting forward, we can stay on our toes or drop to our knees. Exhale back to down dog, or we can choose child's pose. Inhale, shifting forward, plank. Exhale back to down dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale back to down dog. We're going to hold this one forward. Inhale, finding plank. Holding here. Again, we can be on our knees. Breathing. We're going to go to side plank. So if you'd like to drop, right knee down, right hand under shoulder, turning to our side. Hand can be on the hip, can go in the air, can lift the leg if we're on the knee, or both feet can stack out long. So choosing any option. Since this is a gentle class, I'm going to stay on my knee today. Breathing. We're going to add some rotations here. Taking that top arm in the air, inhaling, reach underneath the armpit, twisting. Exhale, open wide. Toe can be down or foot up. Inhaling, reach underneath. Exhale, lifting up. Moving with our breath, inhale, reach underneath. And exhale, lifting up. Slowly release back to center. Let's take a child's pose before we go to the other side. Remember, child's pose can be done anytime during our yoga practice. It can also be used in place of that down dog. Inhale, lifting up. So we're going to go switch sides. Other hand underneath that shoulder, knee down or feet out. Foot down or foot up. Hand to hip or hand in the air. Breathing. Finding the side plank. Inhale, going into that twist. Reach underneath. Exhale, open wide. Inhale, reach underneath. And exhale, open wide. One more time, inhale, reach. Exhale, open wide and hold side plank. Slowly release. Turning back, finding child's pose here in the center. Inhale, lifting up. Shifting forward to plank. If you want to go to the toes, lift up onto those toes. Pushing forward, crocodile, bend the elbows. Inhale, lifting up to baby cobra. Exhaling, push back to a down dog. Holding that down dog. Walk those heels, alternating. One foot down and then the other. Holding that down dog. As we exhale, walking our feet towards our hands, coming back into forward fold. Reverse swan dive, rising up. Exhaling to chair. Choose where you want those arms. Inhale, lifting. Exhaling, finding mountain pose. Super job. We're going to take a right foot, stepping back into a warrior one. Turn those hips towards the direction that we're facing. Front knee bend, back leg long. Hands can be at heart center, or we can take them overhead. Sink into the hips, bending that front knee as much as we can. And breathe. Notice if we're feeling any tightness, maybe in the hips, as we try to get them as much forward as we can. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. As we exhale, leaning forward, we can keep those arms out. We can bring one arm to the thigh or both arms to the thigh, still pressing through the feet. So choosing where we want to be. Extended warrior one. Bringing the hands towards the thigh. Inhale, lift the chest up. Turn that back foot so we can open into warrior two. So back foot facing this long edge of the mat. Front foot facing the short edge. Sink down into the hip. Knee wants to go to big toe. Pull it to pinky toe. Adding those arms long. Looking down the front fingertips. Warrior two. Sink into those hips. Keeping that front knee bent and in line with that ankle. Breathing. Feeling strong. Warrior pose, strong pose. Legs should feel strong. We're going to reverse that warrior. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, hand to the back leg, reaching up. I want us to focus on lifting out of the ribs towards the ceiling, sinking into our hips. Breathing. We can look at the arm or up at the ceiling. Whatever feels best for our neck. Inhale. As we exhale, returning to warrior two. I'm going to go to side angle. Hand down to that thigh. Gently, arm to the leg. So if you picked it up, the core would be working. Other arm can go in the air, over the head, or behind the back. Dropping that hip as much as we can. And then maybe looking over that shoulder or up at the arm in the air. Breathing as we hold side angle pose. Inhaling, rising up. Warrior two. Breathing. Slowly release the arms down. Turning both feet forward. And then turn that back foot back to the other side of the room. Sinking down into that hip. Front knee bends. We're in warrior two here. Other leg towards the long end of the mat. Knee towards the short end as we bend into the hips, pulling our front knee towards our pinky toe, adding those arms, warrior two. Breathing. Getting ready for reverse warrior. Inhale, lifting that arm up, back hand to the leg. Lengthen through the front side of the body. Really focus on the lift out of the ribs and sinking into that front leg. Hips are dropping. Making sure we're keeping the front knee bent. Breathing. Inhale, rising. And exhale back to warrior two. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Find that strong stance. Side angle. Hand towards that thigh. Gently set it down. Focus on the core here. Other arm in the air, overhead or behind the back. Dropping the hip as much as we can. Front knee in line with that ankle. We can look straight ahead or up over that arm or shoulder. As we breathe. On our next inhale, rising back up into warrior two. Releasing down. We're going to step that back foot in, turning the hips towards the other end of the mat. Foot is at an angle, hips towards the same way that we're facing. Hands to heart center or overhead. Sinking down into those hips, bending that front knee. Back leg stays long. Again, hands heart center or overhead. As we breathe, finding warrior one. We're going to extend that warrior one. Inhaling, as we exhale, reaching forward. We can have the hands forward, one hand on the thigh or both hands on the thigh. Whatever feels best. Long line from the head to the back of that heel. Extended warrior one. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, open wide. We're going to turn both feet. Safely turn both feet to the long edge of the mat. We're going to go into wide straddle. So toes are forward or in slightly. We're wide with our feet. Soften our knees. Tipping from our hip. Hands towards the ground.
Lifting the tailbone up, finding wide straddle pose. Breathing as we hold. Hands can stay on the ground. They can go out to the ankles. They can reach behind us. Fingertips back. Any option that feels okay. Relaxing our head, neck, and shoulders. Shake yes or no. Softening our knees, hands to the ground if they're not on the ground. Bringing our hands to our thighs, slowly rising up. Stepping our feet all the way together. We're going to go to a balance pose. Feel free to face any side of the mats. Feet are underneath our hips to start. Hands towards heart center. Tree pose today. Pulling our belly button to our spine. Lengthen through our spine. Taking our right foot to the side first. Soften the left knee. When we're ready, slide the right foot in. It can be at the ankle as a kickstand, above the ankle, or anywhere on the leg, making sure we're not pressing on the knee. Hands are welcome to stay at heart center, or they may extend long overhead, lengthening any variation of arms. Finding our tree pose that feels comfortable for us. Breathing. Slowly release the foot down, hands back to heart center. A little shake if we need to. Switching sides. Round into mountain. When we're ready, left foot to the side, soften the right knee. And we can slide that left foot in, starting at a kickstand or picking it up any place on the leg, staying away from pressing on the knee. Welcome to stay with the hands at heart center, or we may reach long overhead, arms in any variation. Breathing. Feel like we're grounding into our roots of the tree. Hands coming back towards heart center. Release the foot down, kind of walk it out. Super job. We're going to go to the floor. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to step back into our down dog. Going through a sun salutation here. Shift forward to plank toes or knees. Bend the elbows, crocodile. Baby cobra. Exhaling back to down dog. Soften both knees, drop them towards the mat, giving me a little hover here. Pressing into the hands and the feet. We're going to add a little core work. We're going to tap the knees down and lift. Tap the knees down and lift. Knee tap and lift. Two more and lift. Last one and lift. Knees to the mat. Finding child's pose and breathe. Inhale, lifting up, going on our belly. The legs lengthen long. Hands together, rest the forehead on our hands. Feet are wider than our hips. We're going to go into a locust pose. Let's start with just the legs. Inhaling. As we exhale, squeeze the glutes. Lift the legs. Try to lift from the hip joint as we breathe. Inhale. As we exhale, slowly lower down. I'm going to bring my hands beside my hips, palms down. Inhaling, as we exhale, lift the chest, keep the feet grounded. Lengthen, arms are going to lift the head forward. Now we can stay here, or we can choose to add the lift of the feet. Lifting the legs, full locust pose if we'd like to be in full locust pose. Breathing. Slowly lowering down. Bring the hands back forward next to the shoulders.
Pressing up to all fours. Knees come underneath our hips, hands under shoulders. Cat and cow. Exhaling to cat. As we inhale, release to cow or neutral if that feels better. Exhale, arching up to cat. And release to neutral or sway back. Slowly lifting up. Finding neutral spine. Go ahead and have a seat. We're going to start with our feet together, knees open wide, finding butterfly. Lengthening through our spine. As we exhale, keep the spine straight. We can tip forward any amount. Spine is straight. Elbows can press down on the inner thighs. If we're feeling like our knees are super high up, always welcome to prop those hips. Breathing. Now we're going to round that spine if we would like. You can grab the feet and round, thinking nose towards toes, although we're not actually have to do that. It's just the visualization. Breathing. Inhale, lifting up. Pull our knees together, finding boat pose. We're on our tailbone, holding the back of our legs, lifting really long with our spine. Shoulders drop away from the ears, back and down. We're just going to tip back slightly. We can hold here. We can choose to lift the legs and hold. We can choose to let go of the legs, finding boat. We can choose to lift the legs higher or full lengthen of the legs. So any option, breathing, slowly lowering down. Laying on our back, you can grab one leg, releasing down. So we're going to start with a little leg stretch here on our back. Take our right leg in the air, push the heel up. Grab behind the thigh or the calf. Pull the leg towards the chest. Think about pushing the heel up and lengthening the back of the leg. Left leg can stay bent, or we can straighten it on the ground. Breathing here. Slowly soften that knee. Taking our left hand on the outside of that right leg, right arm's going down on the ground. Shoulders stay down. Pull the knee across the body towards the other side. And maybe look down that right arm. Spine release here. And breathe. Slowly lifting the knee back to center. Setting the right foot down. Left foot lengthen in the air. Grab behind the thigh or the calf. Push the heel towards the ceiling. Breathing. Notice the length of the back of the leg. Pulling the leg towards the chest as much as our body will allow. We can lengthen the right leg down, left leg's in the air. Softening our left knee, taking our right hand to the outside of that leg, pull it across, lifting the hip, left shoulder stays down if we can, at least extend the arm. Breathing, spine twist on this side, maybe looking down the left arm, over the left shoulder. On our next inhale, rising back to center, setting both feet down, so bending both feet on the ground. We're going to do reclined pigeon today. So we're going to pick up our right foot, cross it over the left, making a number 4. Pull your right toes towards your right knee. Lifting our back leg off the ground, pulling the leg towards the chest. Tuck a piece of fruit under that chin. Breathing. This is our reclined pigeon pose.
Slowly release the foot down. Switching legs. Left leg goes over the right. Pull the left toes towards the knee. Lifting the bottom leg up, we can stay there, or we can grab that leg, point it towards us. Tuck a piece of fruit under that chin. Breathing and holding. Reclined pigeon. Slowly lowering that foot down. Hugging both knees into our chest and release. We're going to go into legs up a wall. If you happen to be close to a wall, please feel free to go to it and extend the legs up the wall. If we are not close to the wall, we're welcome to do this in the middle of anywhere with the legs up the wall. It feels fantastic. Hands can be beside us, out wide at our shoulders, or we can take them overhead. Any variation that feels great. We may keep our legs up the wall, or we can choose to open them wide in a straddle split. Inhale, releasing feet back, straight up towards the ceiling. Slowly dropping one foot down and then the other. Bring the soles of our feet together, knees open wide in reclined butterfly. Again, our hands can be by our hips, on our belly and chest as we breathe, or long overhead. Just breathing. Let's take a nice deep breath in and do an open mouth exhale. Try that again, inhaling, open mouth exhale. Do 3 more. Inhaling, open mouth exhale. Inhaling, open mouth exhale. And last one. Open mouth exhale. Slowly release the arms back beside us. Pulling those knees together. Hugging our knees into our chest. We can rock back and forth or side to side. We're going to go into a release of the spine. So bring our knees and inner thighs touching. Arms wide. Drop our knees to the right side. Lift the hips. Shoulders stay down. Spine release. Maybe look away from the knees. We can keep the knees together, or we can choose to extend the top leg straight. Either option, whatever feels better for that spine and low back, as we hold and breathe. Inhale, lifting the knees back to center. And exhale, dropping to the other side. Lifting our hips. Try to keep that right shoulder down. And if we want to extend the leg, please extend the top leg straight. And breathe. Inhale, lifting the knees back to center. Hugging our knees into our chest one last time. We're going to go to happy baby for our final pose. We can either grab behind the thighs, arches of the feet, or big toes. Drop the knees outside the body, press the heels up. Making sure our neck is long with a piece of fruit under that chin. We're actively pulling down with our arms while we push up with our feet to generate that dynamic tension in our legs. Breathing. Slowly releasing, setting those feet down. We're going to go to final relaxation. We can have those knees bent, legs long, I'm going to sit up. You guys stay laying down. Focus on our breath. Find that breath, inhaling energy in, exhaling tension out. With each exhale, feel ourselves sink down into the mat or down into the earth. And as we're breathing, think about that intention we set at the beginning of class. And then let's think about relaxing our body. Staying focused on our breath. Think about breathing in through that nose and exhaling out. Starting at our toes, relaxing through both feet, right and left. Relaxing through our heels and ankles. Relaxing into our legs, shins, calves. Relaxing our knees. Relaxing our thighs, front of the thighs, back of our thighs. Relaxing into our gluteals and our hips. Relaxing up the spine, lower back, middle back, upper back between the shoulder blades. Relax the back of our neck into the tops of our shoulders. Down through our arms, both right and left, all the way to the hands. Palm of the hands, back of the hands, all 10 fingers. Taking a nice deep breath in as we exhale, completely relaxing our entire body. Checking in that we're not holding any tension in our forehead or our jaw. Relaxing through the facial muscles completely. Focusing on our breath. Feeling calm. Feeling at peace. Letting our bodies feel at ease. Staying connected with our breath. Slowly, we're going to come back into our present moment. Wiggling our fingers and toes. Maybe rolling our wrists or ankles. Pulling our knees towards our chest. When we're ready, again, whenever we're ready, we can roll to the side, taking our time, relaxing on our side for a few breaths. Taking our time again, pressing to an upright, comfortable position, easy seated position, and breathe. Take 3 nice deep breaths together. Inhaling, ribs expand in all directions.
And exhaling out, nice long breath out. Inhaling again. And exhaling out. One more deep breath together. And exhaling out. Bringing our hands towards heart center. The greatness in me honors the greatness in you. Namaste. Thank you for attending this gentle yoga class. My name is Lynn. I am going to unmute everybody.